All right, I'm about to give away something that I've never said before. That now that Manhunt's over, this is an interesting tidbit. This will pull back the curtains a little bit. But that audio you're hearing, that's not from this Manhunt. That audio that you're hearing right now, where I'm going, what? That's from the first time that they ever did the diamond trick to me. And that has happened in a lot of the Manhunts. Your ears deceive you, okay? Where you'll hear something happening, and I'm playing audio from an old recording or from a different recording that happened that we didn't end up using or whatever that I save. Because otherwise, our reactions are not good all the time throughout every Manhunt ever. They're just not perfect. They're not good. Like you get a clutch where I'll do a clutch and oh, they've already seen me do that clutch. And then I'll throw their reaction from the first time they saw me do that clutch that no one saw. But now I'm using that reaction because it's the best reaction where they're yelling and screaming and saying, oh my God. Sometimes that's not the case. Other times it is. So it's just edited in. Like, so in this case, like me saying like their reactions are their reactions, but my reaction was not that. It's like, I think, I don't know where it exactly cuts in, but it cuts back to my natural reaction. But otherwise it'd just be like, oh God, why are you doing this again? And then to the viewer, it's dumb because to the viewer, it's like, whoa, we haven't seen this before. How are you saying you did this again? They've never done this. So it's a little bit of movie magic there to make the videos better, make it more exciting. So in some cases, like I remember the lava boat trick. That was the first time I'd done that. But for a lot of other like traps or tricks or things like that, or where I do something, it's not the first time I've done it or the first time I've done something like that. And so it might not be their first time seeing it, so maybe they all say something like, oh, he's doing this thing again, where it's like, that's the first time I've done this in a video, so that doesn't make sense. And so there'll be overlaid audio of them saying whatever their reaction was the first time. So there's a little bit of pulling back the curtains there. But yes, they've done this before, but not to this extent. I was actually surprised because they had a lot more than they've done. But when we were recording this, there was a couple times they tried this. It wasn't always like as successful as, this time was. But they did try and do this diamond trick multiple times. And so this was not the first time that I had seen them do this. And I figured off the beginning that there's a chance that they were doing it because we spawned in a place that had rivers and stuff. And so I was like, all right, they could be doing a diamond trick. And that's why you don't hear me up to this point being like uber confused about like where they are or anything. You don't hear me going like, where's Ant? Where's Awesome Dude? Because I knew I had an idea of what they were doing because they had been doing it to me the previous day when we were recording and getting diamonds and crap, and it was very annoying. And obviously they got better at it. And this is something as well, is that people were saying on Reddit and elsewhere. I think Illumina said on his stream that this is patched, and actually the original guy who made it says patched fully in 1.18, which is the version that we play on. And he made a comment saying, like, the guy who found the glitch made a comment saying, like, I'm unaware of any way to repair this for 1.18. So we're saying like, oh, it's fake because of that. But one second, let me switch my Minecraft. Switch to my Minecraft. Where do I want to go? Thumbnail. It's just I checked. So this is just a spot that a random spot that I picked. But on our servers, it works. Now there's a different number of blocks, but I'm going to show you. I'll teach you how to do it because then I tried in survival and it worked in survival. So I'm pretty sure that it works. I'm going to do it and it's not going to work, but you need chunk borders. So that's F3G. If you press F3G on your keyboard at the same time, it shows you where the chunks are. And again, I didn't find this glitch. They didn't find this glitch. But I asked Sam, who's the one who did it for them, and he said that it does work on this version on 1.18. It's just a different number of blocks. So I will show you. I'll just go into survival world and do it. But this is the world that I just tried it in a minute ago. I can show you as well, but where did I come up from? Where did I try it? Did I do it here? Where did I do it? I'll do it again in a new location. I'm just trying to see where I did it. Is this one that didn't have it, or did this have it? Oh, yeah, this had it. So like, this is how it works. So basically, the way they had so many diamonds so quickly is you find a clay patch that looks like this. So it's like a little like starfish pattern, and you can do it in rivers. And when you find a clay patch that looks like this, if you go 6 blocks to the south, which the sun is there, so that's the east. So this is the south. And you go 6 blocks, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you dig down, you'll find diamonds. Like when I was like looking here, I just tried it in survival, and this is my first trying it. It's not every time, but it's pretty much every time. And there's diamonds. It was 1 block to the left, but so it's 6 blocks to the south. That's what they did. I know it works on our servers, and I just tried it in survival, and it just randomly works. So I mean, I don't know. I don't think it works every time. I don't think it's supposed to work every time. I think it's like a percentage thing. I think even on his comment, he said like 80% or something. But the guy who found the glitch says it's patched to 1.18. But as far as I can see, and as far as they showed me, because I was also calling bullshit originally when they did it, it's not patched, and you can still do it. So you can try it yourself. And it's not every time, but if you just find it, all I did just right now to test it was I just logged into a random single player world, did locate biome river, teleported to the river, and then found a patch that looked like that, which is right here, and then just dug down 6 blocks to the south. It won't work on every clay patch. Like I tried this clay patch and it didn't work, but this isn't the right pattern. Like it needs to be like the starfish pattern. Let me see if there's another one here. And I don't think it works every time, even on the starfish pattern, but it does work all the time. There's a little trick to find diamonds. Yes, like I don't know. I don't think this works because there's multiple to the side there, but try it. Actually, I don't know if I want to try it because it's going to look like an idiot because I don't think it'll work because there's no not the right pattern. It has to be just that, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's no more in this river. But anyway, so that's what the hunters did. It works on our servers, and this is a random single player world. And I mean, I only tried on 2 different spots, and one of them wasn't even the right pattern. This was the right pattern, and it worked. So I'm assuming it works. So you guys can try it yourself. Anyway, there is that. Go back to video. Anyway, so that's how they got their diamonds. There you go. He explains it. That's another thing as well, is that and this is something that I'm sure people have noticed, but no one's really like pointed it out. But I'm sure people have noticed, is that I've like instructed them, and we've just kind of agreed together that we should not say anything in the Manhunt videos that implies that implies the rules unless you have to. I don't know if does that make sense? So like if I'm in the Nether and I have to go back to my original portal because that's a Manhunt rule. I have to go back to my original portal. I'm not going to be like, oh, I just can't make a portal here. I have to go back to my original portal because of the rules. Like, unless it doesn't make any sense why I'm going back to the original portal because they're trapping it and the viewers will be confused, then like you can mention it. But generally it's just dumb to say, whatever, because it's just confusing. That's everything for the videos. It's like you want to have the widest audience possible be able to watch your videos without being confused. And so it's the same thing with like, if we're recording a bunch and then in one of them, let's say what's a good example? What's an example? I do like the crystal trap that I did originally. Like I do that to them, and then it's but then like in that manhunt I'm dead or something. And so then the next when we're recording like later, I do that again, and they're reacting like they're saying like they just have a bad reaction, like guys, he's doing this again. That's confusing to the viewer. Like that doesn't make sense. Why the viewer hasn't seen this before? We have, but the viewer hasn't. So we're gonna make it look like it's the first time that we're seeing it. But it'd be dumb if we're just like faking it. So I'd rather just take old. Makes sense. But anyway, so that's a little bit of a thing too. They're both kind of related. It's just generally all to make it so that people have the most understanding